All right, this is my confession as a woodworker, and my video to let you know that you may or may not want to watch this video. I have in this thing, I have a compilation of little short clips showing basically the path I had to go down to get to the result I wanted. I had to experience a couple of failures. I had to build a jig that ended up being useless. I revamped it and tried it again, and that didn't work. And so then I finally just gave up on that method and moved on to a method that ultimately ended up working for me and gave me the results I wanted. So they both involve laminating Baltic birch plywood together after it's been ripped on a bandsaw. So that's kind of interesting, but take a look at the video if you want. If you don't, move on to the next one. That shows the result that actually worked for me. But I think it may save you some heartache down the road too. And it really wasn't heartache, I guess. It was more just a learning experience for me, and I just decided that, look, this isn't going to work. I finally had to just move on, and so that's what I decided to do. I abandoned my original jig. I used my tabletop as my jig. I went from quarter circles to half circles, and the end result is, well, you'll see at the end of the video series what the end result is. It's really nice. But take a look at this video if you'd like. If not, go to the next one. And thanks for watching. And hopefully I can get this thing posted up here for everybody to see shortly. But here you go. See ya. Okay, found myself a piece of scrap plywood here, and I know the inside diameter of my apron that I want is 30.5. So I got my trammel set up here at 15.25. I always use the 1 inch mark. Yep, 15.25. So I know that is to be my finished piece, and I want to go a little bit further than 1/4 of an arc. So this piece is just perfect. So I'm going to go like there to there. Yeah, that's kind of okay. Here it is with 6 blocks. I think that's going to be... Alright, drill the holes from the front side, and I'm just going to drill and countersink from this side. Alright, there's one piece formed around it. I think what I am going to do is, I think I am going to cut this back, because so it'll give me access to the handles to tighten them a lot better. So I'm going to draw a little arc here and bandsaw this thing off. I'm going to somewhere around here. Something like that. And then I can get in here and get my hands on these clamps. And what I found out with this one piece is that I only needed to use the 2 clamps. But I also found out that these pieces, I think, are going to be too short. We'll see. I've got more than enough, I believe, anyway. Let me set this jig up, trim this back. Well, this is just dry clamp, there's no glue. So I'm just getting a kind of a feel for my method of clamping. So once there's glue on there, that's going to soften the wood up. One last thing I forgot. I'm going to have to put some tape down, some clear packing tape, so that the glue does not stick to this jig. I don't want any glue inside of here, So I'll tape all this up so that I make sure that I don't get any squeeze out sticking to my jig here. And then I'll do this last one here. Okay, now I just need to tape off this bottom here. I think what I'm going to do, yeah, I'm just going to just do it in sections here. Lots of glue squeezing out. A little different doing it this way than the other. Got glue coming out all over the place, all over my pants. Let's see if I can hold this. I think I might have overdone it with the glue a little bit. But lesson learned, I guess. First time around. Better too much than too little. I'll come out here to the end once. We'll clean that up once we get it out of the form here. Okay. Here's what I've decided to do. I'm going to leave these two where they are. These two are going to move back a half an inch. These are going to move back 1 inch. And then I hope that that will help. Alright, I didn't have the camera rolling when I did this one, but I'm going to tell you my strategy here. What I did was first of all, I used a little less glue, and I still have squeeze out, but I'm not going to have near the waste I had last time. And I know I have good glue coverage, so that's not a concern really. Anyway, I started here, then went to this clamp, and what I did was I pushed it in with my hand this way, and was able to hold it and get this clamp started. And I didn't clamp it down tight, I left it loose. I left it about a 1/4 of an inch off of this block. And what that allowed me to do then was come back here and then just work my way around, squeezing it together. And as you do that, it starts to slide, you know, the pieces want to slide a little bit as you shape this. So I was able to just push them along and slide it this way, tapping down on it at the same time to keep it as flush as I could to the form. And I can see here I might want to put a clamp on that right now and pull that down a little bit, even though I am going to straighten this out. Okay, I'm going to leave this part of this video in my presentation because I think it's important. I'm going to abandon this jig and I'm going to use my tabletop as my jig. And what I'm going to do, instead of making it in sections, I'm going to wrap the whole thing in one piece. So I've decided to go to this setup. I'm using my Craig jig here, and I'm drilling the holes for the screws into 8 blocks. So let me move the camera over there and show you exactly what I'm doing.